Evening rise, spirit comes, sun goes down when the summer's done, frozen earth awakens her rime-hearted mother earth.
Isaac, you're just in time. I just kicked off, and I was going to just give a bit of a introduction from last week, where at the first half of last week you were entirely a different location. You were in the woods outside Lonelywood and made your way there for a couple of reasons. You were heading north generally for a couple of your personal quests, Sharpies being one of them, where he was looking for giant owls or rumours of giant owls for his clan or for himself. And you made your way to Lonelywood, which is basically right next to the area where they are rumoured, and were also asked to follow a trail and try and seek out why some loggers had gone missing from the woods as well. You managed to resolve both of those. The source of the missing loggers was a roaming banshee, a elven undead spirit, which came upon you in the dark of the night when you're all asleep and wailed, causing some of you to just drop dead or down to 0 hit points and drop unconscious instantly, and started shooting you with these necrotic arrows. She also did a horrifying visage, Red Indiana Jones style, causing fear in some as well. And you found that the sound and the wail was not a spell or magical effect. It was, and hence penetrated the Lehman's tiny hut, which you were all sheltering in. Cut a long story short, you managed to defeat the banshee and recover its bow, which is a enchanted ancient elven bow that does an extra necrotic damage, trailing this sort of black wisp as each arrow sails, which I think Threads you've now taken as your primary weapon. So you've now got a magic weapon, and any ammunition you shoot from that is treated as magical for the purposes of what it can affect. So happy days there for Threads. You'd resolved the quest, and not too far away from that location, you managed to find, after days of hunting, a giant owl, and Sharpie spent a few days trying to befriend the creature using the training methods only known to the Ghostwise halflings. And eventually it turned to his techniques and has submitted to travel with him, and they are travelling together now. The creature's looking to head further south, away from this everlasting winter. Obviously ours has no problem with darkness, but they don't like the loss of the habitat and the loss of the prey, which comes with the cold. From there, you continued north past the forest and beyond, looking for the home of Macreades, the sage, who I think you had a few questions for. Some of them you've since found answers, but you found what looked like his cabin. There'd been a bit of must have been some sort of rock falling. It was on the edge of a crevasse leading down to forest. Would have had a nice view at one stage, but some of the rooms were overhanging the edge. You entered, found no signs of any life. In fact, it looked like there'd been some sort of explosion. There was charred wood in the main room and a charred corpse, which you haven't really investigated much other than just walk into the room. And there was this strange mechanical globe type apparatus, like a meteor type thing, with two rings around it joined on, so like a gyroscope type thing. a few of you backing away from that while Sharpie was having a bit of a look. I think it was Sharpie. Someone was having a bit of a look, just having an explore. Some floor fell away beneath you, some weak floor, and to everyone's horror, Moltel, Sharpie, and no, not Sharpie. You were further. Oh no, Sharpie and Ash.
Managed to pull himself out with help.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. The three of you fell. Were in the area of weak floor and fell away. Moltel was so far to the back of the room that he was too far away to leap to safety. Ash and Threads, you both leapt and grabbed on Mission Impossible style, with clinging tenaciously to the rim of the jagged, burnt, rotten wood. And right before you was Threads, who had to make a snap decision of whose hands to grab onto. She grabbed Sharpie and pulled him to safety, leaving Ash to fall 150 feet or so. Not quite to her death, because she landed in snow, but I think you went unconscious from that, and you might have died. But Moltel managed to survive the fall, lifted his head, reached across and did a cure spell on Ash. And of course she then regained consciousness and cast her cures on both of them, and they gingerly made their way using a rope back up to the party. So battered and bruised, and Threads probably a bit shaken with having to make a Sophie's Choice type decision there. You continued to investigate, keeping away from the hole in the wall, and Jacques, I think it was you that picked up this creature, the little thing, the orb, and almost straight away it started to glow and increase in intensity, such that it wasn't an explosion as such as just a burst of radiant white heat, incinerating Ash instantly, and basically she turned to embers dropping to the ground. There's pretty much nothing left of her at all. A couple of you took significant damage, and you're still feeling that. Jacques and Moltel are quite badly injured, and Threads, I can see you must have been caught in that and maybe saved from the damage, but it was intense. You just had a little, like a marble-sized sun that you were exposed to. Sharpie and Nina, you were out of the area of the explosion. Jacques, you've dropped the device back next to the corpse of this human charred corpse on the ground, and you're all standing around wondering what to do. And a finger in the soot, well, not a finger, but like a line in the soot had appeared and spelling out "I am here." You're all looking around gingerly. Who is here? And you called out to the void. Who, Ash or Macready's? And to the answer to that, you had another word inscribed in the soot: both. And with that is where we pick up today. Unless I've missed anything, let me know. But I think that's we pretty much stopped there. And just trying to decide what to do. Nina, you're still outside. Are you coming in? You can hear them talking.
Nina,
to someone.
She likes the land. She doesn't like air. She'll just look through the window.
Okay. So you're at the window on the veranda, looking through. Yep. And Sharpie, I see you down that passage. I think you stuck your head in those two side doors, Sharpie, and saw. You didn't go in there to investigate further, but they look like two bed chambers or personal rooms.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I guess Jacques, Moltel, Threads, you're the ones in the room. What do you want to do?
I think Jacques did the sense evil and
yes, I forgot about that. Let's just dial back to the Banshee. When the Banshee was killed or defeated and dissipated, he cast Divine Sense, I think expecting to look around for more undead or see if it was truly gone. And while he didn't detect any undead, the Divine Sense also shows holy things and unholy things. And he detected that Nina was an unholy thing. And even more unholy was the pendant around her neck. Discussing this with her, she was none the wiser or showed no signs of being unholy. Other than maybe cutting the hands off a poor prisoner that you'd taken a few weeks ago. But she willingly gave up the object, and Jacques took his object smasher, the adamantine hammer, and destroyed it. And Nina, while asleep, they cast remove curse on you, and your demeanour, even in sleep, and then further when you woke up, was significantly different, and it felt like a haze was lifted from your mind, and whatever influence that the object may have had over you seems to have been gone, because Jacques did a further divine sense after that, and you're fully operational. So does that's one important part of last week that I missed, and all of that unfortunately wasn't captured on the audio or the video. After we went for a break, my restart mustn't have kicked in. So yes, Threads, I've got a big cross through you there. Sorry, Ash. I'll keep the Discord open if you if you want to send me a message. But what are the rest of you going to do?
I would like to inspect what basically hurt us badly. Not touch it, but look at it and see if there's any telltale signs if it will happen again, or if it's one-time use.
Okay, I think one of you did an arcana on it before, to investigating the item. Nina backs away from the window.
Lay on hands myself for 25.
Okay. Just bear with me for a second.
Mortel, you better be really careful.
Hence why I said I'm not going to touch it.
Hopefully it's not activated through sight or like proximity.
Proximity.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
all right. So you go in, investigate this thing, and have a good look at it. Can you roll me a Arcana check, please?
Oh.
Yeah, sure. Natural 20. Minus 1.
Okay. Okay. You're looking at the runes, and you actually you're a rune master. You're a rune dude, and while it's not giant, there's some similarity between these enchanted runes. It's clearly a magic item. You haven't got identified, but there's writing on it that you can ascertain what it's for. It looks like this device is intended to control the weather.
Oh, this could be handy.
As long as you keep your hands off it, yes.
Surely there's a way to make it safer to handle.
Why don't you ask Macready's?
Let's
Good plan.
ask.
Okay. So you call out, what? Macready's! What's up with this thing?
McCready's, is this broken or is it salvageable?
Okay. Okay, I'm just going to jump into the border ethereal for a moment with Macready's. Ash, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
So you're the spirit of the ghost spirit, tiefling spirit that you're seeing, that you look like, is standing there next to this giant head with the burning eyes, Macreades, and he sort of looks across at you and said, well, this is my invention, and yes, it is to control weather, but damned if I know what's wrong with it, but it is my life's work to make this thing work, and hopefully with your friends here can find a way to repair it. I would have been able to keep on practicing and tinkering, but of course sometimes you only get one go at these things. But yes, if you could scribe for me, I don't have fingers, as you can see, and he sort of looks around. I'm really the brains of the operation.
Just out of character, I see Ash with an X through her in a dark, with no vision in the cabin by herself. Is that correct? Because I don't see a ghost version of Ash.
No, you don't appear as a ghost to them. You appear as a ghost in the ethereal, so you can sort of, you have an ethereal body to talk to other creatures on the ethereal plane, but it's a bit more like poltergeists from their perspective. So that's why I'm trying to, if you want to sort of, grab their attention, I put into the chat what you can do. You can apply up to 5 pounds of pressure. So you could pick up a candle and carry it into the other room, or whatever. But of course, what they see, I'll have to tell them what they see. I'm perfectly fine for you if you want me to rub out the other writing, and you can write your own words using the draw tool.
That way works for me too. That's totally fine. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, I'll keep it. I'll move us back into the main chat, and if you want to write, you can either write words, and of course you can hear what they're saying anyway. But if you want to say something specific to Macreades, or ask him anything, you do that in the Discord chat between you and I, and then I can jump back to that or type the answer if it's short.
Yeah, I'm also happy to. I'll definitely write to you in Discord to check first.
Okay.
Am I in the correct map though? I don't see a ghost Macready. Am I supposed to see that?
Yeah.
Because I'm just in a black cabin.
You should be in the in the black cabin, in the area where you can see everybody else.
I can't see anybody else though.
Oh, okay. So it might be a light source thing. Have you got dark vision?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm not currently. As a tiefling, I have dark vision, but yeah, currently everything is just dark to me.
Yeah. Okay. So
all I see is a crossed out ash. Yeah.
Interesting. Or what do you see? Sorry.
I am just in. The whole map of the cabin. I can see it, but it's grey. It's all grayed out, and I don't see anybody else. It's just a crossed out ash token in the middle of the cabin, and that's it. And everything else is black.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I was asking. Is this the right map?
Yeah, it's the right map, but I don't know why that would be. But yeah, can you see to write on the ground? Because they're just in this area here. Can you see me pinging it?
I can see your ping, but I don't see anyone else.
Okay, all right. Okay. Yeah, so they're all in the token layer as well. Night vision distance. Try now.
Yes, now I can see. Yes, I see night vision or
Okay.
light. Yep.
Okay, all right, cool. What it was the range before it starts to dim was only 5 foot rather than 60. Okay, so I'm going to jump.
Okay.
I'm just going to jump back to the main map, and I'll bring us both in there. Okay, everyone, you call out to Macreades what you just said, and you looking down on the ground, you see the charcoal on the ground, or the ash on the ground. Sorry, ash. I keep saying ash, but
Pick up the ashes.
swirls around and erases this writing. Jacus, you feel a bit of a chill, the hair on the back of your neck rises.
What is that?
Yes, and I don't know. What does it say? What else does it say?
Must
Just move
fix.
Sharpie the other way.
Must what?
Must fix.
Okay.
Must fix.
So, don't touch the thing.
Can I use divine sense when I feel that the back of my head hair?
So any other actions? You see some writing.
Sharpie is going to investigate the other rooms
Okay.
while these guys are dealing with that.
Okay.
Nina's gonna yell out through the window. How can we help you?
You wait. You look. Nothing appears. But Jacus, just as I said, you feel the hair on the back of your neck rising.
How must we fix this device?
Who's behind?
Oh, Jacques did that. I'm writing on the ashes.
Oh, who was writing on the ashes? Jacus was.
Yeah.
Sorry, did I rub out your writing?
Oh no, it's still there.
It must only show for you.
Oh, how do I?
No, I can see it.
Oh, can you?
Jacko says, "Who's behind me?"
Yeah, I can see that writing too. Yes, I'm asking Macready's, how can we fix this device if we can't touch it?
There's no answer.
Threads wants to ask, Ash, is there some way we can save you, or are you dead for good now?
Okay. I'm just going to jump into Ash's chat. This is a little bit clunky, but
Like charades.
yeah, it is. Okay. I'm just switching between multiple windows. You do see some some debris sort of swirl around on the floor when you say, "Are you dead for good now?"
Do you want to be saved, Ash?
Now I think Ash, you're in the chat here, so
Yes.
you can hear what they're saying, but just can't respond verbally. If you can respond at all. Jacus, the the orb at your feet rolls a little, just nudges.
Oh, I'm not touching that one again.
Okay.
I'm gonna.
Ash, if you check your Discord 1-to-1 ethereal chat, there's some information for you in there.
I'd like to pick up her ashes and
Okay.
put them in some sort of container.
Okay.
I'm gonna scribble down on the floor.
Okay.
Safe touch.
A cast healing word on Motel for 12 points.
Okay.
Just 12. Yeah.
Thank
Just to
you.
So the 12 points of healing goes off. Jacus, you write on the floor. Sharpie, you're going into B7. Yes. Or the single bed.
The room. The room that I'm in.
The
Yeah.
single bed bedroom. I'll just switch back to that one. This was the abandoned bedroom where there's a giant hole in the wall and a broken window, causing the tattered grey curtains billow and flap because it's not a full-on storm, but the weather has picked up outside. Angry ghosts look like they're flapping this.
Yeah, I think I've actually gone into the room next to that.
Oh, I can see you. Only in. Oh, I see. Oh, okay. Yeah. So, but this one here was the one with the single bed.
Yep. That was the tattered and
that was the
ruined one. Yep.
Tattered one. The one below, I'm just going to cover off that one as well, that you went into prior. Wooden planks have been nailed over the broken window of this room to hold out the wind, so it's been repaired since being broken. There's a saggy double bed and a bookcase with some neatly folded clothes. There's a few blank sheets of parchment and a set of calligrapher's supplies. And next to the bookcase is a soot-stained hearth wherein there's a scroll lying in the ashes, but it's not burnt.
I'll pick that up and read it.
Okay, so that's this one here. There's the hearth. For the others, you see some writing appear on the floor at your feet. Sharpie, you read the note. Let's have a look.
The clothing was human-sized?
Sorry?
The clothing was human-sized?
The clothing was human-sized, yes. Okay. Oh, can you come with us? Is that writing from the party to whoever's...
Threads wrote the black writing.
Yeah, okay, so Threads, I see, where are you, Threads? Okay, yeah, cool. Sharpie, yeah, human-sized clothes. I'm just going to get this scroll, because it's written in common and you can read it. It's written in a tight hand, and you can roll a intelligence check. History, if you've got it, would apply.
Sorry, what would apply if I've got it?
History, if you've got it.
$20.
Okay.
Nice.
So you get the feel that by the way that these the cursive and tight writing, that it was written by someone who's fluent in Gnome and probably is speaking Common as a second language.
Right, and guess who that is?
Okay, here we go.
Holy shit.
Can you see a handout?
Yep, I've got it. Let me just see if I can magnify it.
Okay, I'll read it
Scroll
out.
down. Yeah.
I'll read it out to you in any case. Macredis I have had enough of this damned relentless cold. I feel it creep into my bones. My head, my heart. I'm heading back to the 10 towns for a decent meal and a warm bed. I fear this endless winter has numbed your mind, and any tinkerer worth their chains can see that the summer star is a fool's errand. Maybe without me here to incessantly complain to you, you'll finally snap out of your obsession. If you truly insist on dedicating your remaining days to this doomed project, might I suggest, as a inspired tinkerer, that 3 is better than 2. I considered telling you this before, but you were particularly rude about that dinner I made the other night, and, well, may the light of the morning Lord protect you, Copper.
All right, Sharpie will read that aloud or hand it round to whoever wants to read it.
Okay.
Looking at the sphere on the floor, how many rings does it have?
Summer star. Let's have a look. There we go. Even better, I can show the summer star to you.
Ah,
And check this room.
Check in that room, yep. Okay.
No, has anyone checked it yet?
Sharpie was.
Sharpie has gone into it.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's just I was
If
just
I'm,
closing out the other 2 rooms. So, but I
Don't
guess,
go into the one at the back.
Yeah.
Jacko.
was there anything here?
Let's have a look. You open the door, and it looks like a laboratory. The room contains a fireplace and 2 empty bookcases, and tacked onto the walls and strewn across the floor are frost-covered blueprints. And face down on the floor next to one of the blueprints is a tiny man made of clay.
Blueprint. So I guess I'm gonna take the blueprints, and can I check what that
Yep.
tiny man is?
Okay, so you and Sharpie both are in there, and you can both have an Arcana check to investigate these blueprints. Okay.
Yeah, we're not the Arcana bunch.
2 9s. All you can tell is it looks like various versions of the object that you see on the other room.
I'll go outside and pass it on to maybe Tina or Threads. See if they can understand these blueprints better than I can.
One thing I didn't mention in my summary from last week as well is, remember you found a pendant and necklace around the dead body with a
I'm wearing
symbol.
that one.
Yeah, symbol of 2 hands holding the sun, cupping the sun.
I think I mentioned that I was wearing that for now.
Yeah, okay. So, what's it to be?
I'll pass on
Sharpie
the Threads and Nina.
Okay. Sharpie, you were going to do something?
He's going to very carefully just walk to the edge here and look in the last room.
Okay, yep, alright.
Jackus and Moltel, please don't come in here.
Okay.
Or if you do,
What-
wait till I'm out of it.
wasn't planning on it. That's a long way down.
Can you do a stealth check for me, Sharpie? I know you're not sneaking, but you're walking lightly, and it's probably more stealth oriented, the skill, rather than just dexterity. Okay, yep, so
God.
the floor creaks and a couple of boards fall away near the edge where you walk past. You open the door into a very small room. The scent of wine fills the room, and there's the room is filled of frost-covered barrels.
Right. Take a sniff of each one, make sure they're actually wine, and other than that, leave them alone.
Okay. You go to open one of them, and the hair on the back of your neck rises, and and a little bit of wine leaks out. Oh no, sorry, it doesn't leak out. You can smell it, but no wine comes out, and the tap very quickly sort of snaps back shut.
Oh, that's interesting. Sharpie will carefully sort of walk back out. There's a lot of wine barrels in that room. Whatever the spirit is, doesn't like their spirits being tampered with.
Nina's gonna yell out, is there more people than McCready's and Ash there?
Sorry, say again.
She wants to yell out to McCready's, who else is with you aside from Ash? I can't read that.
It just says words appear on the floor. Us alone.
So clearly what you have to do is you have to have 3 spirits in there, so somebody else needs to pick up that thing and die.
Sharpie, as you were leaving that room, you want me to just go and have a peek around the corner, because there was some writing on the floor as you were...
Sorry, which corner are we looking at here?
The room with the wine barrels.
So can you just ping where the writing was?
Over here.
Okay, yep, so yeah.
Top corner.
You will have a look at that if there is some.
Okay.
Did we establish that this area over here outside was a workshop?
I think someone had a brief look through the window, but you haven't been in there.
I would like to go and explore it,
Okay.
if I may.
In that direction.
Nina will come with you this one.
Sharpie, can you see that okay? You can move yourself back out to wherever you want to be.
Yep, no worries.
It just says get
Yeah.
out.
Yep, spirits don't like their spirits being tampered with. Seems fair.
Okay, Mortel, you open this door, going back outside. The wind has picked up, and you see that ice has sort of moved off to the corner and is sort of taking a bit of shelter under the eaves as best he can. Let's have a look. Right. Frost covers every surface of this abandoned workshop. Both the windows are smashed, letting the elements in. There's a set of smith's tools, so in a small forge, small smithing hammer, tongs, that sort of thing, and a tiny anvil. And there's also a set of tinker's tools, stamps, chisels, pliers, that sort of thing, spread across a wooden table with a few twisted bits of metal.
So I was going to ask, there is metal in here.
Yes, there is.
Well, it might be a good idea for me to light that forge.
Okay, you can start lighting the forge. It'll take a bit of time before it's hot enough to soften metal so that you could bend it, but you could eventually have a crack.
Can Nina look around and see if there's a snowstorm coming?
Some nights
Oh.
some nights are pretty bad like this. Can you do a nature check for me?
Sure. Nice. Very good. Natural one.
Okay. There's the storm coming.
This is. I yell out to everybody.
We're
I
all
think there's a
doomed."
storm coming. Cover yourselves. And then Nina's gonna start making her bubble here.
Okay. All right. During,
We're already in shelter.
No. She doesn't trust that. She's gonna be out here and she's gonna be making her bubble.
okay. This is the type of
Until
shelter-
otherwise.
That is a fair thing. That shelter is a bit unstable.
Yeah.
You don't want to slide off the.
Do I
cliff.
get
So Sharpie
Yeah.
will wander outside and
Okay.
stay in the bubble.
Threads.
a response to my message in the dust?
Yeah. Can you come with us? That one.
Yeah. No. Oh, okay. Sad.
You see a no and a sad face.
That's rough. They're going to be stuck there for all of eternity.
Since Jacko sees Motel trying to work something out, I'm gonna give him the blueprints.
Okay. So you pass those blueprints along to Moltel.
Yep.
And Moltel, what are you going to try and do here? Are you going to try and make another ring?
I'm going to try and forge another ring,
Yeah,
as I
okay.
do have proficiency with blacksmith's tools.
Oh, fantastic. In which case, you get your blacksmith's tools. Let's have a look. Get this thing hot enough, which will take about half an hour or so. And let's see. They've done the Arcana. Can you do a Can you do a Arcana check for me? But you get your advantage and and your proficiency bonus to that. Dexterity it is. Dexterity Arcana.
I have a thing on my character sheet for Smith's tools, which is a Dex plus proficiency. Do you
Yes.
want me to just roll that with advantage?
Is it so? It's Dex.
Yes, it's Dex.
Yep, and it's giving you proficiency. Yeah, just roll that with advantage. That's perfectly fine.
Nice.
22.
Okay, so you're fairly confident after spending some time banging away and so on that you've made a ring that's the right size that would probably fit over this this summer star and be slightly bigger than the other two, such that it could spin gyroscope like. But yeah, it's a that'll take some modifications to try and fitting it is another thing. But yeah, so from terms of using the forge and making the additional ring, you believe that you've got something that's going to fit.
I'm assuming that ash token that's floating around is not actually in existence.
Yeah, it doesn't exist.
Good.
Question: Would Mortel know to carve the runes as well into the band?
Oh yeah, yep. You can. I assume that you've, as part of this forging, you've also, inscribed the runes based on what you saw on the other two, and basically repeated that for your on this third ring. So it's all ready to go. You've got the parts you need. That's why it's Arcana rather than just straight out smithing. It's an Arcana,
alright.
Arcana tools check.
Yeah. Okay. So, do you want me to roll a Arcana check as well then?
What do you? Is this to try and fix the design flaw on the actual summer star?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. What room are you going to do that in? Just so I can.
We left the summer star in the main room in here, didn't we? So
That's right.
that's where I'll be. That's where I'll be taking my
Okay.
parts and
Okay.
stuff.
So if you position that, and everybody else, are you watching? Everyone crowd around.
No. Staying
No.
outside in the tent.
Nina's waiting for the storm to hit.
Okay, so Sharpie, Nina, and Threads are all inside the Leoman's tiny hut. Jacques, you are standing.
I'm gonna stand 10 feet away from Walter just in case he needs my aura.
Yeah, okay. All right. Okay, all important motel. Great. Ash is back with us. Well, sort of, in spirit. I love my jokes. Motel. What do we need to roll? Okay, you're now trying to fix the design flaw. Can you... Can you roll a dexterity? This is a straight dexterity Tinker's tools check. So with proficiency, not with advantage. This is basically.
Yeah, I don't have proficiency with Tinker's tools,
Okay.
so it'd be just straight dex then.
Yes, because you're just basically trying to Indiana Jones. He's come up a couple of times. You know, put the item on the star, lock it into place, without upsetting anything else.
With a +3 on top of that for the aura, is it, Jacques?
I don't think Jacques' thing applies to checks for stuff. It's for saving throws.
It's just saves.
Saving throws. So 13.
Okay, so Moltel, you're fiddling around with this thing, and you sort of get it into place, and you're just sliding the iron pin that would hold this in place. And with a brush of your finger, you accidentally touch the summer star, the other portion of it, and with a flash, it flares up into this incinerating glow.
Oh my god.
I will instantly remove my hand from it and back away.
Okay. Now this is going to affect you, Jacques, as well, and you're both going to need to do DC 17 Constitution saving throws. This is where Jacques' +3 matters.
Oh, no.
Holy crap. Oh! Fuck, Motel.
Plus, I also take half as well.
Okay, so Jacques saves and
Thanks.
Moltel saves with a 20, natural 20, and he's also resistant to radiance, so he's only taking half. So let's. It's possible it kills you all anyway, but let's see.
Oh no.
Oop, ignore that. I've got a lot more to do. Where are we? Here we go.
No, this might have been a bad idea.
Okay, here we go.
Guys.
So, Jacques, you're going to take half of whatever I roll here, and Moltel, you're going to take 1/4. 97.
Shit.
What's that halved?
40.
It's 47.
40.
Oh yeah, I'm down. Oh wait, but I'm still up because of my orc feature, so I'm at 1 HP.
48 ish? Yeah, 48.
Can you just paste that into the chat for me? Okay, that's fine. You drop to 1 hit point. So Jacques cops the full glare. He's fully crispy. All of his skin is blistered and black. Cracks as it sort of flakes and peels away. He looks like God knows what, Deadpool. But Moltel, on the other hand, you lose all your health. Is that right?
Yeah,
Okay.
by
And
5 points.
And Jacques, you see Moltel turn to ash and drop to the and the
Oh,
the summer star drops to the
Huh?
ground.
is he turns into ash also? Just not unconscious or something?
No, he's gone at the end of that.
Oh no.
Okay, let me just jump into the ethereal.
Sharpie will yell out after obviously the bright flash. So, is everybody all right in there?
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
my god.
I run out and say, "Man down."
Okay, all right. Let me just move into the
Sharpie
border
will
ethereal for a
move
moment.
in.
What's happening? What?
Okay, Moltel. You might have been familiar or have heard stories that when people are dead, their souls take on a form that of their choosing, and you see before you in a sort of misty haze, like a shadow world, a tiefling, a ghostly tiefling. With a blue sheen, looking at you kindly but shaking her head and shrugging, and it's Ash, and she speaks to you saying,
Oh no, not you too.
"Yeah, now Moltel, no, what is it? You also see next to Ash this giant's head of a bearded man with burning eyes, and he sort of." Tut, tut, tut. Butterfingers. Why didn't the halfling do that? Anyway. And you are now on the border ethereal with these gathered spirits of the departed.
Something is anchoring us here, though. Like, none of us have passed on. And Macready doesn't know, or didn't know, how to repair the device, neither did I. But I think you guys are on the right track. We can try and communicate with them. If we are truly dead, then the best we can do is at least help them fix this device.
So, Moltel, you find that you can't have any effect on the physical world. You can move around and you can see and hear what they're doing. You can't make any noise, but you can apply up to about 5 pounds of pressure, sort of like a mage hand. So you can sort of, with your finger, just write rudimentary. It's not like picking up a pen and writing, but you can cause a handkerchief to lift up, or open a doorknob, or open a drawer. The stuff you would have seen on Paranormal Activity. And you can also draw short, easy to write words in the soot or on the frosted glass. So if you want to write anything onto the main chat, you can, but do it using the draw functionality, so it looks creepier, and it also means you're sort of limiting what you're saying. Or you can just type into the a private message what you want to write, and I'm happy to write it too if it becomes a pain in the bum.
Fair enough. Yeah, that was unexpected.
Macready says, "Did you come here seeking me? Was there any? Well, we're sitting here chatting, seeing what these others do. Did your group come to me for sage advice on any particular topics?" And he looks like he's drumming up chat and seeing what the others do, keeping an eye on what they're doing, but looks like he's been here for some time and lonely and looking for conversation.
Treads wanted to talk to him, isn't that right?
Yes, Threads wanted to talk to you, Macready's, but seeing this summer star in action, I think it might be a help to get it working to stop this never-ending winter.
Oh, certainly. Oh, yes, that was my intention. It's a prototype only, but looks like if we can harness this power, It will definitely be beneficial. It's my life's work.
Oh, let's hope we can help you finish your life's work.
Do you know the cause of this winter? Is it Frost Maiden? How is she doing this?
No, I don't know the cause. I know that you can see that bright spark looks divine in nature that goes across the sky each night. That seems to drop the veil, the aurora. But I suspect that it's the Frost Maiden's doing. But there are other means to solve a problem rather than tackling a goddess, and I'm looking to create something that can raise the temperature, set us at different weather that we prefer.
Well, do you think most of the team can fix this device?
With Sharpie's steady hand, I believe so.
Okay, what I'll do
Anyone left with you? Magical assistance. Maybe Nina can help Sharpie.
Yes.
If you guys want to write words to them, you can do that, or put in a text what you want to write to me, and I'll switch back so I can see, because you guys, while you're having this discussion, would see them and observe what they're doing. So I'm just going to switch us back. Yep. Okay, we're all back. Where are we? There we go. So Ash, I'm just making so I keep mistaking you for a character, for a real person. I'm just going to X you out. So Sharpie, you were rushing over to the window and looking in.
Yep, so Jackos has gone back into the dome for healing, and Sharpie's just looking in.
Okay, you look in and you can see it's very dark in there. You can see it by your dark vision, but there's no living creature in the room, not even a corpse of Moltel.
All his armor's gone as well? Like it's all just burnt away?
No, he's... yes, it's all... no, his gear is all dropped to the ground. Any magic items that don't get destroyed by... Yeah, they can't be destroyed by normal means.
Yeah. Not absolutely guaranteeing this is normal means, but yes, that sounds fine.
Yeah. So, do you have a light source? How are you seeing, Sharpie? Or are you just looking with your dark vision?
I've got my super dark vision, so I can see normally in darkness.
Yeah, okay.
Not dark vision, but better dark vision.
Is it normally?
Yeah. Sees perfectly normally.
Oh, what's your ability code? That's cool.
I've redone it as psychic vision.
Oh, okay. Okay. So you can see some writing appear on the floor that says "Threads can ask Sage." Did one of you guys write that, or did they just appear magically on the ground?
We were talking about it,
Over
but
here.
we didn't write it down.
Oh, it's not written down? Okay.
We didn't write it. They can write it if they want.
Oh. Okay.
Is someone going to tell me? Because I can't see that from outside.
Well, Sharpie's going to have a look around and then ping you back.
Right.
In fact, actually, Sharpie's going to use his telepathy to basically contact Nina, the owl, and Threads.
Okay.
And basically just keep an occasional appraisal. So yeah, Threads will get that psychic
Okay.
by telepathy.
All right. So it looks like there's some writing saying Threads can ask Sage. Did you have anything you wanted to ask the Sage? Were you here to ask the Sage something?
Yeah, I wanted to ask, what am I?
What are you?
I guess Threads goes back inside for this.
Yeah. Okay. You feel a presence. It's almost like when you're in that inn in East Haven and the halfling did the seance. Okay, there's a message appearing on the. What are you asking, Threads? What am I?
Yes.
Okay. Your Eladrin appears on the table in the soot. Sharpie, your name appears.
Sharpie needed fix.
I'm just going to jump back into the other chat for a moment. Ash.
Don't we know Threads is already in Eladrin?
Yes.
She did.
She
Oh, she
already
did?
knew that.
Oh, I didn't know.
Okay.
Did you?
No, she didn't.
Okay.
Oh,
Ash and Moltel. This Sharpie, this little halfling fellow, he looks a little. I can sense his telepathic capabilities. Has he been through some sort of trauma?
Yes, he was infected with a red slad tadpole.
Oh, really?
Yes. We have revived him, or recovered him since, using the essential fountain of youth.
Right. Now, this is just for probably might be something that you're talking about another campaign, Zach. But I think Sharpie's and the party's thoughts are that it's Mind Flayer.
Oh well, yes, I meant Mind Flayer,
Mind
but
Flayer. Yep.
yeah, did we identify it as a red slad?
No, Mind Flayer.
It was a Mind Flayer. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's Sharpie's source of his hatred for Mind Flayers.
Yep. Well, fair enough. But
Mind Flayer, you say? What? Tell me more. This is interesting. And he asks you questions about Sharpie's symptoms and how they. He says, "How is he not turned into a ceramorph?"
We used a fountain of youth that was magically enchanted, and it seemed to heal him. It forced the creature out, and we slew it.
And what did this creature look like? And he's very curious. Looks like this is a professional area of interest. But
Well, I can tell you all about it. I was a medic in the situation, such as it was. But first,
So who told you this?
Oh? And told us what?
Who told you it was a Mind Flayer?
I think we just assumed because Sharpie had his psionic abilities, his hatred of mind flayers. We met a mind flayer imprisoned,
Oh no,
and he has since
not
escaped.
at all. Not at all. Poppycock. This full, researchers get this mixed up all the time. It was not a mind flayer that has affected your diminutive friend here. It was indeed a slard. They have, if you're affected by a mind flayer slug, they're much smaller, not a foot-long leech like as you describe. They are tiny, and you would turn much quicker into a ceramorph, where your skin goes purple and rubbery, and tentacles protrude from around your mouth.
I see.
So whatever information you got for leading you down this mind flayer path, You can give him my from authority that is not the case. But yes,
That is very good.
as you were saying, yes. Let us watch and see what your friends do.
What threads? She's an Eladrin. Is that
yes.
what?
Yes, this is true. Yes. She's a they're human-sized fairies, if you like, or sylvan humanoids, and where fairies normally are of one type. The Eladrin, they symbolise the seasons, and they are as fickle and as changing every day. And it physically changes them, and it changes their personality day by day.
Well, you are a sage indeed. Our party members will want to know this, but yes, we should also try and help them, perhaps, in case yet another person dies.
Definitely. Let's turn our attention to see what they're doing.
Mind you, I mean, Jackos isn't going to want to be carrying a wand in one hand.
True.
Yeah, sure. Oh, do I have to be holding it to be able to use it, or can
Yeah,
it just
you have to be wielding it to use the wand.
Oh, all right.
So, Eladrin. Nothing more comes of it, and you may not even know what an Eladrin is, but that's the word that's written on the bench. More words appear in a different hand. Now you're starting to tell that the writing that's appearing has got a different shape, and they're three different sources of handwriting. So you can actually tell one from the other as being written by some other being. And there's one that's appearing now that says Sharpie, Sage says Red Slard. Not mind. Not Mind Flayer.
Oh, that is interesting.
But to other matters, what was going on while we're all having an ethereal party?
We looted Ash's body.
Yeah, so Sharpie has carefully moved up and taken the 2 magic items off Ash's body.
Okay.
And we'll also take... I don't think she had any healing potions, but...
Right, yeah.
Sharpie would know if she did.
Okay.
And pocketed those so we don't forget them.
Okay.
Diamonds?
But he's, very careful.
No,
he's not going for any of that at the moment.
Diamonds aren't magical, are they?
No, they're gone.
They're gone. Oh my god, our money. Fuck.
Easy come, easy go.
So what are you going to do from here? You've collected the items that you can.
Sharpie is going to basically smooth over the ash where it said sharp. There was a thing that said Sharpie needs fix.
Yes.
And he's going to smooth that over so there's got a bit more writing space.
Okay.
And it says, see the verbal question, Sharpie needs fix what?
Orb.
And that's Ashley's. Alright.
The different writing, I'm putting it into different colours so you can see the different...
So green was ash, wasn't it?
Red ash. Green Mortel, right?
You're not sure.
Great.
And you might find that
Well, I
someone
mean, just in
is-
terms of the handwriting, because we did know that us alone was ash,
Oh, yeah.
and so I'm assuming that was green.
That's true. Yeah.
Just making sure that's consistent with the color scheme.
Yep. So green is Ash's handwriting.
Except she's now writing in red. Okay.
I've been writing it for ages.
That could be Mortel
McCready's.
or
Okay.
McCready's.
Yes, green Mortel, just for simplicity. Afterwards.
Thanks.
I've always been writing in red.
Okay. Well, there we go. Orb can end winter.
You can also
Yeah.
kill all of us.
Yeah, that is definitely true, Threads. That's a very valid point.
What is it that we're missing? How do we fix it?
I'm assuming Maltel wants us to put or Ash wants us to put that third band on, but we've got no guarantee that it'll actually work even if we do.
Why don't you do it just outside, like, do it in the dome, but have your hands outside the dome, putting the thing together?
With you inside the dome?
Like, everybody's inside the dome, but then you're holding the sunburst star, sunset star, whatever, outside, like, your hands outstretched. Past the
The only
dome.
problem with that is I do have to then move the thing to the dome.
You think it's going to explode.
Does seem like a very likely thing right at this point in time.
Do you want me to come to you?
Can you cast another one of those things today?
Yeah, it's a ritual spell. It's 10 minutes to cast, though.
You didn't think Bard's got ritual caster.
Well, it says R. What does that mean? It's an R ritual.
So the spell is a ritual, but you can't cast it as a ritual unless you have the ritual caster.
Yeah, I can't cast it again then. I've used all my spell slots healing people.
Okay.
That's okay. This is totally fine. We are okay with that.
Oh no! You get the spell of power and use it over your spell slot.
Pearl of power, yeah.
Don't have to wait like 1 hour to
Except-
attune.
Yes.
But she also can't get the pearl of power because she's inside the heart.
What?
I'm inside the hut when it was cast. I can give it to her.
But nothing outside can go in.
Outside things can come in if they're allowed when Nina casts the spell, I think. You can go in. Others can go in and out if they're allowed to. Is that right? Am I off there?
Everything that was inside can go out and in, but everything that was outside when the spell is cast can't go in.
Does that include items though? Like, no, now
But
we're going
you-
like...
No.
Then can drop it already. Heal me.
All right. So
I
we're
still
gonna
have
go-
ritual casting.
Oh, no, bards have ritual casting. My bad.
Oh, okay. Nice. Well then, yeah, I can come to you then. Well then, I drop it, and then I slowly squeeze through this window. I don't know, jacuzzi's in the way,
No, you can go
and I
past.
come to this corner, and I ritual cast my spell in this corner for
Okay,
10,
so-
11 minutes.
Are you trying to have your dome so that the star is just on the outside?
Yes.
Okay. And you make the wall transparent and sharply on the inside when you cast it.
That's the plan.
Everybody come inside.
And then
I don't know why Sharpie is being selected to do this. Seems like a terrible plan.
Oh, his name was written on the wall, so that's locked in.
You seem to be the most dexterous to do this job.
Yeah,
Use your uncanny dodge.
No.
You're fine.
Okay, Sharpie, you put on your
Doesn't work.
asbestos mittens. And
In fact, actually, I volunteered Nina for this job. She's already in the thing, and she's just as dexterous as me.
I'm
So,
not.
so I don't know. Long practice suggests that you are.
You know what? Why don't I give you bardic inspiration?
You know what? No.
So what do you want Nina to do? Put the rings on each other. That's it.
Put the third ring on.
Put the third ring on. Hold on. It's three.
There's
must-
there's smith's tools and tinker's tools already.
Must what? Must what's must sub
Must use Sharpie.
must use Sharpie. Oh.
Yeah, this seems totally sus, actually.
They're throwing you to the under the bus. I'm kidding. Don't read into anything I read into the motivations of others. So it looks like they're urging you to pick up these tools and try to affix this third ring, presumably without touching.
Alright, can I have to figure out what kind of skill check that'd be to get that on?
Yes, you think it would be a dexterity check.
I give Sharpie.
Alright.
I yell out to Sharpie. We believe in you, Sharpie. I give him a bardic inspiration.
If you've got smith's or tinkerer's tools and you've proficiency in them, then you can use those.
Just leatherworker and cooking tools. Thieves' tools?
No, to take tinkerers.
Yep.
So you've got inspiration. Nina's got your back. She's standing 10 foot back.
It's a D8.
Yeah, no, definitely no. Still, I'm not exactly trusting of Nina, despite cool hearts.
If you both, and this way you can both like get increase your trust for each other.
Thing is, Nina would do it, but she can't bardic inspire herself. That's the thing. She can only inspire other people.
She's a buffer.
She's a buffer. She cannot buff herself though.
Can you assist? Can you assist Sharpie?
Yeah, you think you could by handling him the right tools when he calls for them, like a surgeon.
Yeah, so maybe that will make it easier. And advantage plus.
Alright, Jackass, you hand me some tools, I'll get this done. But you
Okay.
guys are gonna owe me. This is
Okay.
I
bad.
thought Nina was doing it.
He doesn't trust me. He doesn't trust Nina.
So Nina's trying to sing a poem about
Oh.
Mount Sharpie's magnificence. Are you ignoring the poem, or are you allowing this bardic magic to...
Definitely ignoring the poem.
Oh,
I'm just
okay.
trying to figure out how to actually roll this.
Okay, I'm just before all of this, I'm gonna spend all of my lay on hands
Okay,
on myself,
okay, do that.
Yeah, heal Jackass first. That does seem like a really good plan.
and then
And probably Threads should probably not be here.
yeah, I'm gonna upcast armor of Wounded Fist.
Okay,
On
Threads
my
goes
stuff.
out with the wolf and the owl and the hawk.
Look at Jackass casting everything.
Armor of Agathis.
That's
Okay.
so that's
Very
10.
good spell.
Other plus 10 hit points on myself.
Okay,
That was for Jackus before I left, by the way.
okay
10.
Jackus. Threads
Okay.
heals you for 10 as well.
You do maybe one more, just in case.
Yeah, I've got spell slots 9.
Alright. Okay, this is as ready as they'll ever be. Again.
Alright, Dexter roll incoming. There is an additional +1 to this.
And advantage because I'm helping you.
But no bardic inspiration. Okay.
Hang on. Right, I'm going to roll an acrobatics roll because that's the exact same roll. Won't let me roll straight dexterity.
But
some
acrobatics, are you proficient in acrobatics? 'Cause
No,
they
I'm
don't-
not. That's why I'm rolling it. So it's
Oh,
the same bonus.
Okay.
So that is a 15.
Okay. Moltel rolled a 13, if I recall rightly. And you pick up where Moltel left and you get the job done. The thing clicks into place and you put these past couple of rods holding it in, and now the thing looks like it'll spin freely and move around. You now seem to have a summer star with 3 rings.
All right.
I should say,
Stay
it took
in
you
the,
a long time to do that. It's a bit like bomb defusing because of how careful you're needing to be. So it's actually been a few hours.
That's okay.
A few hours for you to do this.
No worries. So Sharpie is just going to. Everyone else can get in the hut. Sharpie will just quickly roll the thing, just like a few feet, and dive back into the hut.
Okay, you roll it a few feet and duck in, cover your ears. Nothing happens.
Maybe. Oh,
All right, guys. I think we might have it.
all right. Let's
Anyone die?
try
No.
it.
Good.
Let's try it. Control the weather.
Some writing appears on the wall. Huzzah! What are the rest of you doing?
I've come to look through the window because I'm like, it's been hours. What's going on in there?
Okay, you can come and have a bit of a gander. I'm just going to jump back into the other chat. I can see I've missed a couple of messages. And I'll switch back into, what do we call it, the border ethereal.
Nina.
Okay, Ash Maltel, you see Macready's eyes light up with glee, and he smiles. Look, it appears they might have done it. They might have. This is I suppose anyone can stumble across an answer to a problem by accident, but well, it's not exploding. That's always a good sign.
Indeed. Do you think they've done it? Have they saved 10 towns?
Who can say? Oh, I don't know about saving 10 towns. This was my prototype. It would control the weather. There's a powerful spell that control the weather, but it normally, wouldn't cover the whole lands, if you know what I mean. But my intention was to make a much bigger one, if this worked.
So this spell was to control it locally.
Yes, it's normally got a bit of a range and a duration on it. And the way he describes it, it's like a control weather spell. I think it's quite high level, but it's concentration and lasts a few hours and covers like a mile or so. That's just he's not going to read out the spell description, but that's his sort of general description. But he says, but they need to test it. We need to know that the thing works. We know it's not explosive anymore, but they should get to it. Let us watch. And he sort of peers back at the creatures, at your rest of your party. I'll move us back. Okay. Okay, what's going on with the living?
We're still here.
Okay, and
I healed out just in case.
okay, and any more plans or next steps now that the thing is not explosive?
Sharp, you'll step back outside the hut, pick it up.
Okay.
Jack is gonna take a short rest.
Okay.
Explosions for one day.
Okay. So you roll out your sleeping mat, your swag.
And I'll try to check while I'm resting. I'll try to check out what that pendant thing is.
Okay.
Oh no! Like if we're going to take a short rest, let's not do it next to a cliff. Let's move. Oh, DM, can I ask you, if there's the Leeming's tiny hut and the floor gives way underneath, what happens to the hut?
Not sure, but you would fall through.
Ah, okay. Well, if that's the case, yeah. If we're spending more time in here, then Nina would ask everybody kind of move away from the cliff face.
Okay.
Yeah, let's go back outside.
All right, so assume you go back outside, cast Leomund's tiny hut again, and
Yeah.
Everyone gets inside and takes a short rest.
Yep.
Just-
Sharpie will carry the orb out here,
Okay.
but we'll leave it outside the hut.
Okay. Now, if you want to attune to something, you can't do that while you're doing a short rest. It's either
Oh.
mucking around and messing with something. So if you want to try and figure out what this item is, you wouldn't get the benefit.
I'll just do that then.
Okay.
I'll just do that. So.
Okay. So you
for-
take a break and muck around with this pendant.
Yep. Sharpie will give. Well, Nia's casting a spell will give the pearl of power to her.
Okay.
She doesn't need a short rest, so she'll just attune the 1 hour that they're taking a break.
Okay.
It's my temporary hit points from my armor.
Yes. Okay. All right. So the short rest happens. If anybody wants to roll hit dice to heal themselves by spending hit dice, you can. You get back whatever it is that you get back as a result of a short rest. Jacuz, you don't get the benefit of the short rest, but eventually this thing seems to meld with you, and you feel the spirit of the sun infuse you, and your constitution goes up to 19.
have it.
Nice.
What was it before?
Just 14.
Oh, nice.
Also, it's like the ogre where it's just an automatic 19
Mm-hmm.
flat. Okay, cool. It's
Sharpie will gamble you for it.
what is it called? So just add for D&D Beyond.
It's an amulet.
I think
of
Nina should have it.
It's an amulet of health.
Okay. Cool.
Right. Where to now?
I want to collect the ashes of Voltel and Ash.
Collect the what? Sorry.
The ashes.
Oh, the ashes. Okay, sure. You have a little vial.
Keep them separate.
Good luck with that.
Make sh-
Don't want to resurrect them and have like a weird mix of Ash and Voltel.
Yes, it's some sort of a mashup. Okay, some sort of etin. So, following the rest, what are you going to do?
Do we want to ask some more questions?
Go to. Not really.
Are we done?
I mean, how is it supposed to be back summer?
Well, why don't you ask them that?
Oh yeah. Okay. We could ask them.
Ask them what's next.
Okay. Sharpie, it looks like
Next, what do we do now?
you all call out to the ether, but you don't get any answer, and you don't feel that presence. Sharpie, what's going on with you? You're sort of over at the window again?
Oh well, if we're asking questions, he's going back to the that room where they were asking,
Right, yeah.
writing stuff down.
Where you are, you get a faint sense of a presence nearby.
Okay, he'll move through into the room.
Okay. Are you
No
asking-
writing happening.
No writing, no.
Okay.
We can hear some muffled voices from behind you, coming from the tent.
Oh, well, no writing, guys.
No, it's
What was the question again? Was that a question to Ash specifically? Or?
No, they're asking questions, but don't get an answer. So
Then I guess there's nothing else to do here.
you haven't figured out how to operate this device, but that's what they've was written on the floor before.
If we can take another hour, I mean, the thing's still there. I can try and attune with it. Sharpie doesn't seem particularly happy about that, but
Didn't Nina attune to it?
Do you want me to try with the Summer Star? She's
You
not.
attune
Yeah.
to it.
Yep.
You attune to it, right?
No, I tuned to the Pearl of Power.
Oh, to the pearl. I thought to the thing. Okay, I thought.
Yeah.
If it's the one that controls weather and can stop the winter, she's happy to try and play around with it
Okay.
outside her dome. Like
So-
her hands are outside the dome.
So it'll take another hour, and you attune to the device.
Then I'll roll for my hit dice then.
Yeah. So anyone else who wants to take a short rest can. I think Nina's the only one who hasn't had an opportunity to, because you've attuned to two things now.
That's fine. She doesn't need a short rest.
Okay, are you attuned to it? So an hour later, you feel like you know how to operate this device. You have to hold it, speak the words that are written on it, and that gets you the ability to cast an 8th level spell called
Fire!
Control Weather. Oh, that's pretty ugly. Oh no, there it is. Control Weather. So it's got a range of 5 miles. It takes 10 minutes to cast, and it lasts for 8 hours.
The concentration 8 hours.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And so for 5 miles within a radius of you, so 10 miles across, you can change the weather conditions.
Make it unbearably hot.
What? Okay.
When you change the weather conditions, you find your current condition on the following tables, and then change its stage up by 1 up or down.
What's the current weather condition at the moment?
So in terms
Arctic
of cold,
cold.
Arctic cold. The wind is not a storm; it's probably a gale, bordering on a strong wind, and it's snowing. So number 4.
Yeah, make
So-
this.
So we are cool at the moment.
Oh no,
Then-
you're Arctic cold. Yeah. So.
Oh, we're
what
6.
Are you going to try and cast this now?
Hold on. You can change the condition of weather gradually. And it's a 5 miles. Okay. She'll go inside a little bit more. In case. Does this cliff face seem like it's made from ice, or is it made from stone? Like,
No, it's the ground.
okay, she'll stay here and then she'll cast control weather.
Okay.
Spend 10 minutes to cast it.
Okay. So 10 minutes happens. You concentrate, and then you change the weather from Arctic cold to just cold. So it feels like it's winter, but in a temperate area, far from well above freezing point. Eventually, the snow would melt, and so would all the ice. The wind drops from a gale for a strong wind to just a moderate breeze. It stops snowing and just becomes foggy and overcast above. And that's it. And because this is concentration, it takes about about 15 minutes or so before this happens. And now you can keep concentrating and change them again up by another stage.
This should help in our travels.
It's only a 5-mile radius. It's.
Yeah.
We know.
But it moves with you, surely. Does it move with you?
Does it
Yeah.
move with me?
Let's have a look. You must be outdoors, moving to a place where you don't have it. Ends the spell early. When you cast a spell, you change the weather, which are determined by the DM based on the climate and season. Yeah, itself. So if you move around, this little weather pattern will move with you.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, there is there is a
can
there is a
travel.
problem with when the spell ends. Okay, so let's say you move to another area. That area, the conditions haven't changed, and so you would need to, keep changing those conditions in that other area, up 1, then up 2, then up 3, or whatnot. So if you make a desert sandstorm, for example, once you move 5 miles away, you're in freezing weather again, and you'll need to sort of try and edge that closer to what you're trying to get it to. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So every time she moves, she kind of has to start from where she is.
Yeah, that's right. So if someone cast a
Okay.
teleport, you'd be back to square one and have to bring the weather back up again.
Okay.
But yeah, so 15 minutes later, it changes from cold to cool. So it just feels like an autumn day. The wind drops down to calm completely, and you can.
And everyone shrugs out of their now uncomfortably hot weather gear, warm weather gear.
And light clouds appear in the sky above. You can only tell because suddenly you can see the stars above once again.
And Nina will stop there.
Okay. Now, with that, you see some light coming from in the room where the summer star exploded. And Moltel and Ash, you hear laughter, and almost a maniacal laughter as Macready's next to you is overjoyed and amazed at seeing it works. I knew my invention could work. This is incredible. And as he's saying this, his form is becoming less and less substantial, and he's drifting off, and he says, "My time is done. It is time to move on. My work's life is complete. I move on to the next stage." And with that, he vanishes. The last thing you hear is, "May Lathander's blessing upon you."
Farewell, Macready.
And with that, the rest of you who are alive, let's have a look. So he's witnessed the activation of his new improved summer star, and the rest of the party sees two spirits laying on the floor, almost in stasis, as if they've been laid to rest. They look exactly as they were when they died, when they were consumed by the summer star. But they slowly become more and more substantial as a ray of sunlight somewhere, somehow from above, shines upon them. And eventually they become, they gain colour, they became physical form, including all the belongings that they had when they died that were destroyed. And
Great, we have 2 pearls of power now.
Anyone who died within the past 24 hours is restored. Their eyes open and they gaze around, looking at you. They are at full health, and they have this glow about them. For Moltel and Ash, you feel as you're awakening, as it gets brighter and brighter, and as you awaken, you feel almost like there's an angel's presence blowing on you, and the breath of Lathander brings you back to consciousness and fully into the mortal realm again. The items that were destroyed with you are with you. Everything else is not anything that was sort of looted. But you also find that you have you're healthier than when you started. You've got a blessing of Lathander, the Morning Lord.
Splendid. What does the blessing entail? I can adjust.
You have 10 temporary hit points.
Ah.
Oh my god, Ash! I thought you were dead! I was so sad for you!
I hug Nina. I was dead. I was a ghost.
And then I casually slip back the Pearl of Power into Ash's pocket.
Okay.
Without...
All right. So with that, you've got this item. It's still night. You know, you don't change the time of day, but you see a spark of light, and again you feel a sense of dread come upon you.
I think we were brought back by the god of the sun. It was certainly something, but I sense something terrible on the horizon.
So we see something in the sky, is it?
No. On the horizon, there's a flash of light.
Which direction?
Which horizon?
Let's have a look. How does that? What I might need to do is I'll grab everyone's token, because this will be easier on that large map. I think I've got everyone here. Where's Dawn? Oh, there you are. Okay, I'm just pasting everyone's tokens again, just because then you'll have the health and whatnot that you had when you started. Where we are now. Whoops. Oliver, we lost him.
Yeah, he was back on some of the map.
There we go. All right, so you can see the summer star here. I'm just going to have to adjust you to be the right size as well, unfortunately. Bit of just...
And dark vision as well.
Yeah, mine's gone.
Oh, is it?
Yep.
It's painful. Okay, we're getting there. Everyone's back to their normal size. Oliver. And Cletus over there. Okay, so let's just have a look at some dark vision. I'll just zoom in a bit, and I'll just drag people over to the shack. I'll just move you off the horse for a minute, Jacus, so that I can adjust your token. Okay, so let's start with, let's go left to right. So Ash, are you not seeing anything right now?
I do have dark vision, yes.
Okay.
I have a sphere of dark vision, I think. Let me just check.
Dynamic lighting?
Yes, I do.
What about you, Moltel? Yours is 120, if I recall.
Yes, that is correct. 120 dark vision.
Okay.
Oh. Were we going to do my class change, DM?
Ah, yes. You can talk to people about that and whatnot while you're.
That's right. Yeah, I'll do that organically. But the only mechanical thing that would change right now is that her dark vision changes to 300 feet.
Okay.
What?
Ooh, domain change?
Yes.
Still worshipping the Lune.
Yep. All will become clear soon.
I know exactly where you're going with this.
Okay, so
You-
Ash and Moltel, you should be okay. Threads, are you okay? Night vision? Yeah, I'm seeing yours looks alright. Nina, you don't have dark vision.
Yeah, she's very normal. She's a human.
Okay, so to be able to see what's going on, what about you?
Yeah.
Are you going to cast light or?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll just jump into your one.
I already have light on.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Emits light? Oh, yeah, good. Okay, so Sharpie, were you having problems?
I think my dark vision is good, but I am emitting light for some reason.
Who doesn't have great dark vision?
Nina?
And who else? I can share my dark vision with 3 others.
I think it's just Nina.
Okay, Nina and then the archer. So Fred and I guess Sharpie? Do you need long range dark vision?
Not particularly.
Okay. I'll give it to Threads, Nina, and Jacuz then, I guess. Ash will. There'll be like a few stars hovering around her and in her eyes, and she sort of goes, I feel different. After having been touched by the sun god, I still feel my connection to my moon goddess, but something has changed. And then I'll share my 300-foot dark vision with Threads, Nina, and Sharpie, and Jacuz.
Ooh. Oh, Nina's gonna test out her new dark vision and she'll turn her light spell off to try out her new dark vision, please.
Okay, so your new dark vision is 300 for now, yes?
Is this permanent?
No,
Or is it until you're...
Just for an hour or so.
Ah, 1 hour, okay.
Yeah.
Can you see now, Nina?
Yeah, I can see a lot. It seems bright.
Yeah, okay.
Thank you. This is amazing, Ash.
Okay, so what you see
Yes. Never.
approaching you is what look like 2 sort of spots of light, and that they almost shine like a ray. You know, like someone's got a torch on and there's a beam.
Oh no.
Right now, no one's emitting light, right?
Nope. I am going to get my owl to sort of quietly move back.
Can you see this?
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't think I have the 300 feet motion yet.
Neither do I.
Whose dark vision do I need to change yet?
Jacuz and Thread.
Jacuz
Yeah,
and
Jacuz
Threads.
and Threads.
And you're getting the 300, the temporary 300. Okay.
I just whisper like, can you see them? Can we reach them from here?
Threads probably can.
Get these shots in.
And Sharpie is going to start use telepathy on Threads, his owl, and Ash, and sneak forward a bit.
Okay. So Sharpie sneaking forwards a bit. Okay, Sharpie, you've got pretty decent dark vision in any case. And you see in the darkness, I'm just going to move these light torches back a little. Everyone's measuring. Okay, you see this figure. Now I'm using a bandit, but it's just like a human figure rushing as fast as it can through the snow. and it moves out
Right.
out of the line of trees. And let's roll initiative so that we have people. Everyone else just stay where you are for the time being. Sharpie's just a little bit ahead, and Juckus, I see you mounted. Turn order is ready for anyone who wants to click their icon and put themselves in.
I'm going to re-roll mine.
Oh, can halflings re-roll for initiative too?
If I roll, we can roll any roll that you can roll a 1 for.
Including d4s, etc.?
No, only d20.
Okay.
That would be kind of broken if it was every single dot.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Halfling fireball!
Yes, that'd be good.
Actually, it doesn't seem to have gone in.
You did not click on your token.
I did, that's the problem.
Oh, it's glitchy sometimes.
Well, going again.
Yep, there are times where you gotta like roll again.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay. All right. So I think everyone's in there. So I'm going to sort, and we've got an order. We're a bit spread out here, so I'm just moving things around so I can see a bit better. And threads, what are you going to do?
Is the humanoid figure that's run out of the trees holding any weapons or anything?
Yes, has a great axe, double-handed axe.
Seems to be running at us in a threatening manner or away from something else.
Running at you in a could be in that you can't tell whether it's threat. It could be a charge or it could be a flee. They're both just sprinting as fast as you can. But when a creature that's aggressive is closer, then they would sort of wield their weapon as if ready their shields and that sort of stuff when they get close to threat range. But right now, it just seems to be doing a dash out of the trees and running straight for you.
And I can see the other things, right?
You can tell that it's hard to see because there's a bright light beam, but so you can see the light. But so the light tells you that there's some sort of source of the light walking along behind the torch.
Okay, I don't want to just attack this guy just in case. So I'm gonna ready my 2 arrows. If he acts threateningly towards us, like if he seems to be readying his his attack or whatever,
So
then I will
ready
shoot
in
at him.
action to attack someone that shoots at you or shoots at one of your pals or shoots anyone or doesn't attack.
Yep.
What's the condition? That's what I'm trying to check. You have to be a bit more specific with your readied action. Was it anyone attacking anyone or...
Can I say I'll attack him if he gets within a certain distance?
Oh yeah. What sort of range are you thinking?
60 foot? 60 feet?
Okay, so if he gets within 60 and he's looking aggressive, you let fly.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So you get an arrow out, you notch it, you're looking down it, waiting to loose. Moltel.
I'll be sprinting forward 60 feet with great sword in hand. Prul. And basically hold the front.
Okay. There's your 60 up to about there. Yep. A dash. Nina.
Oh, no. Nina's gonna run 30 feet this way. And she's gonna use her message cantrip
Okay.
to sort of point at the man that she can see running towards them. And she'll be like, "Who are you?
Okay. What's
Don't
the
come any closer,
what's
or
the-
else it's
distance on the cantrip?
120.
120. And I
120.
believe you're
Yeah,
looking
it's
within
just
range.
120. Ooh.
Oh, okay. Yep. And you say what?
Who are you?
Okay.
Are you aggressive to us?
And can he reply, or is
Yes, you can.
Yeah. Okay. He just says the White Walkers are coming.
Nina's gonna.
And it sounds like
Yo.
a gravelly voice.
Okay, she's gonna yell out to everyone. He's being chased by White Walkers. From her position, whoever can hear.
I can hear that. So I'm like 30 feet away from you. I'll shout out to Sharpie. Like she says White Walkers, whatever those
Oh,
are.
there's 3 of them now. Ooh.
Those are the things that Elros were turned into. All right, thanks.
Okay, so you've just your spell, and you've gone off to the side of where the main group is. Sharpie, you're ahead. Enough for the rest of the enough to be able to see. There's 2 other humanoid, quite large, or maybe just with really heavy robes and things, coming out of the woods as well. So now you can see them. The other ones you can sort of pinpoint and see more because they're emitting light. But now there's a line of 3 fleeing with all due haste.
So basically, you've got 3 fleeing with haste, and then 3 lights behind.
Yes.
All right, so Sharpie is going to move forward and use his bonus action to hide, and ready in action to toss a psychic blade at one of the White Walkers should have come through. He's just going to let the other 3 run past.
Okay. Hide action. So got an 18.
18 on stealth.
So that was your bonus action, though, was it?
So move, bonus action, hide, and main action, ready weapon, ready attack.
Okay. All right.
So if a White Walker gets in range, I'll just throw it at him.
Throw a dagger.
Psychic blade.
Psychic dagger. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Ash.
Ash will pray silently, and then silver and gold sparks and motes of light fly around her, like representing both moon and sunlight. Sort of like she's sort of in between moon and sun, sort of a light at the moment. And she will just jog 30 feet forward to join the other guys, but like sort of staying in the middle.
Okay. So what's the spell? I got the description, but what was that?
That's my channel community.
Okay. Okay.
Just mark that off.
These 3 figures run 30 feet to get towards you. At this range, they don't look like they're aggressive. Let's see how they're going to get.
Oh, sorry. So that's my action, and then at the end of my turn, I'm in this dome of like gold and silver, like sparks, and I will give myself some temp HP.
Okay.
I will only if it's higher than the 10 that I've got from Lathander. So I can choose, I guess.
Okay.
Yep. Okay. All good.
All right. So they do a dash to get there. They're moving at half the speed because they're not really equipped for going through this what is otherwise rough terrain if you're not properly equipped with snowshoes, which you guys are. And you can see now that they're not humans. They're human size, probably a bit bigger, but they're all dragonborn, white dragonborn. And the one with the great axe comes into you and looks at you warily, but is his chest heaving with exhaustion. And when he gets to the line that Moltel is made, pausing, he spins around and readies his great axe. So does the other one, huffing and puffing, and there's another one that's still running, and they pause at a gesture from the guy with the great axe. There's one still running. Let's have a look. Go. Okay, so this one down at the bottom moves 10 feet, spins and shines its light on one of you, and then the light suddenly intensifies. You'll see this, what you can now see. And light comes from all. It's almost as if it's wearing clothes, but the being within must be composed of this pallid, cold blue-white light, and the ray increases in in intensity. It flashes off and strikes the creature for 19 damage.
Is it cold damage?
Not sure, but he seems to be getting stiffer from the attacks. And then another one hits him from the same creature, doing 21, so he's now taken 40 damage.
Which one?
This is the Dragonborn at the back.
Yeah.
This one?
Yeah. This other one at the back here. Let's see, it's going to move to here, and it swings its beam around and is being caught in a sort of like a crossfire of light here, and it again flashes. Hitting, doing 31 damage, which this creature that had its it was trying to dodge against these, gets stiffer and stiffer, and eventually this one just freezes it solid and it goes completely stiff.
Can they make more cold walkers?
It then
Turns out, yes.
turns its beam in this direction. Whoops, wrong one. 20, that hits. Doing 20 damage. The last one, just check distance again. I'll just do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And it continues to move up to here and shines its light on Moltel. Okay, so they're all about 60 foot away from your range. Jackus.
The one that's just got within 60, I'd like to use my ready action to smack him.
Oh yeah, within range. That's this one here.
Yep.
Roll to hit.
Am I stealthed?
Yes, hasn't noticed you.
Uh, 23.
That's a hit.
Okay. Psychic damage, 23 damage.
Oof. Okay.
Does it appear to be affected?
Now, yeah, it does. Can you see the health bar on this thing? If not, I can change that.
No, I can't.
Now?
Yeah, I can see it
So
now.
it
Thanks.
takes a whole lot of damage, but it's far from incapacitated. Now, I think that was your readied action, so it's...
Yes.
Oh, I missed
So
some.
for my
Hang on. So that was when they go.
I'm gonna 120 feet using the dash of.
Okay, you can see Cletus coming huffing and puffing, running up. And he's got a wand.
No!
He's got a wand in his hand.
Cletus, why is going to go protect him?
He's up for a fight. It's been very boring up to now. Jackus.
So as Cletus ends his turn within 30 feet of me, some of my silver and gold stars will fly over to him and give him some temp HP.
Okay.
He
I'm
gets
gonna,
8.
I'm gonna do a divine sense for my action.
Okay, divine sense.
So it's within 60 feet.
Okay.
I just want to see what it is.
You cast your eyes out and you detect a undead malice in these cold light walkers, and nothing radiating from the 3 dragonborn.
So this one is
Undead.
this one undead. All right. I'm gonna. So that's my action. But action will be. Let's see. Is protection bonus action or an action?
Is what, sorry?
I'm just checking if the protection is a bonus action.
Oh,
No, it's
right.
not action. Yeah, divine favor on myself.
Okay, bonus action, you cast divine favor, and now
And that's my
your
turn.
weapon attacks deal radiant damage on top of the norm. Threads.
So I'm gonna move a bit closer. Because I have 35 feet now of movement.
Give Threads a bell. Shoot the middle one. I've just hit it.
Yep. So I'm going to cast Hunter's Mark on the middle one.
How's your range for that?
And oh yeah,
80 foot to the...
90 foot.
Okay. Is Hunter's marked then?
Yep, and shoot it twice. With Reaper.
Reap.
14 to hit.
14 is a hit. It looks like they're fairly easy to hit. They're just natural clothes and light, filled with light.
That's 9 piercing damage, 1 necrotic damage for 10 total
Is
damage,
that-
plus my Hunter's Mark.
Hunter's mark, yeah.
12 total.
Okay, 12 damage, and it takes all of that. Can you roll your second attack?
A 13.
13 hits as well.
14 plus 3, so 17 damage in total.
17 damage. Now they seem to be taking damage, this necrotic damage, so despite being undead, some undead are resistant to that if they're necrotic in nature, but these things are taking the they're being reaped as well. Right, your turn. Oliver starts shambling over in your direction.
Threads will end her turn, and does the bird end the turn at the same time as Threads?
Yes.
The bird has a name.
No, I'm trying to
Hey,
calculate.
she died like about a couple hours ago. Give her a break.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
You get 8 temp hit points, and your companion gets 10 temporary hit points.
Thank you.
And
Nice.
if Oliver ends, does Oliver end his turn now?
He
or-
does, yeah.
Okay, so he also will get some. Just my stars give everyone hit points near me.
All right.
He gets 10 as well.
Okay. That's Threads' turn. Moltel.
I'm going to just walk up 30 feet, and as I do so, I'm going to yell out to the cold light walkers, "That's a neat trick. Here's mine," and combust myself. But it looks different. It instead of just being an aura, it looks like shaped wings.
Ooh.
But it still emits the bright light and stuff.
Okay. So so you move your character, your figure. And you emit bright light for 20 foot and low light for 20 foot.
10 foot, dim and bright.
Okay.
So yeah, 10 foot radius bright and dim light for 20 feet.
Right. 10 and 20. Save. Done. Okay. So you should see a little glowing Moltel running around. Okay, so that's your action, is it?
Yes, that's an action to do that. Bonus action, I'm going to go large.
Ooh. Go large or go home. All right, there you go. Boom. Ogre-sized. The person you're standing right next to is clearly dead. He's absolutely frozen stiff.
So he's not going to take damage at the end of my turn.
No.
Cool. Yeah, so I take one.
Nina.
Nina, seeing Cletus run away, she's gonna chase after him.
Okay.
She's gonna yell, "Cletus, get behind me!" And she's gonna dash. She's gonna move her 30,
Mhm.
and she will. She's gonna hold her action. She has a dart in her hand, and if anyone comes within 60 meters, she'll throw a dart at one of the cold walkers.
Okay, so anything coming within 60 foot and you're all good. Okay, cool.
Yep.
Sharpie.
He's just going to aim and throw.
Okay. 60 foot range. Is that with disadvantage at this range?
Yep,
or-
it's just no. There's no disadvantage range for this. It's just
Okay.
60 foot.
Okay. So, what is that, armor class 22?
Yep. Second one is just a dud. 21 damage.
Oh, are you doing your no move and aim thing?
Yes. So aim and throw.
Yeah, okay. All right. Giving you a sneak attack. All right. Another two. Yep. So those both do full damage as well. And we're on to Ash Louise, the recently resurrected. What's he going to do?
Sure, you'll send Ash and Thread saying the one in the middle's nearly down.
Good point. I will utter a prayer. Are the two Dragonborn injured, by the way, or do they look okay?
No, they look okay.
Just move so that I am 5, 10, so that I get all of them in my aura, and then I will utter a prayer. And let me just take the measurement. Yeah, the middle cold light walker, I will cast Moonbeam on him and a shaft of twilight. So like gold and silver sort of sun and moonlight will just cut in a 10-foot cube, kind of just beams down on him, and he has to make a con save. Let me just check.
Okay, he fails that. It fails that.
14 radiant damage.
Okay, the 14 radiant damage is enough to kill it. The light blinks out and the clothing just drops to the ground.
She goes, "Thank you, Selune and Lathander."
Okay, the bandits go. This guy moves up and stands next to Moltel with his great axe. This guy moves up. This dragonborn goes up and gestures and says some arcane words, and all of these branches and tendrils grow out of the ground around this one out to the east, and try to grasp onto the thing. They don't manage to grab it, but there's like little spiky thorns and vines and things all over the place. They go, and let's just check some distances. So 50. Alright, this one here moves 1, 2 back and trains its beam on Moltel. It then flashes a ray. Moltel, you easily duck it and move to one side as this ray shoots past you. That again then flashes again, missing you again. And at that point, the creature goes 1, 2, 3, 4 and moves a bit further away, still keeping its beam trained on you. The other one does much the same thing, moving to here. It's keeping 60 foot away roughly.
Wasn't it like stuck with a spell?
It saved with a natural 20.
Oh, that was a 20.
Yes, yeah. And it shines its cold ray onto you. 5. Oh, they're not doing too well this turn. And a 15. Your armor class better than 15, Moltel?
19 is my armor class, so yeah.
No, so the cold rays don't penetrate to get to your skin and freeze you. Cletus goes.
Oh, Cletus.
He goes and he shoots his little, he casts a magic spell, and a bolt of fire comes sailing in, doing 1 damage
Cletus!
to the cold light.
No.
Get behind me, Cletus!
And he agrees with your assessment and moves back a little. Jackus, his work is done.
Alright, so Ice is gonna do a dash so I can move 120 feet.
Okay.
So I'm gonna charge down with my lance.
Okay, you're gonna make it. Oh yeah, you will. Nice one.
Which one? No. Oof. It's a 9.
Armor class 9 misses.
Oh, I'm good. Alright.
But
Yeah,
it
and
looks
then
cool.
Yeah, I still have one more.
Yeah, you have another attack. And this one hits. But it's not a charge,
Yeah,
if that does anything.
and then I'm gonna do a divine smite with it.
Oh, nice one. Okay.
Plus 1 more d8 since it's undead, right?
Yeah, that's right.
So that's 34 damage.
34.
And I have 25 feet movement left.
Okay, I assume you've got the lance has got reach, or can it get a free strike on you?
Oh, sorry, what was that? I got disconnected.
A lance is a reach weapon.
Okay, okay, yep. So you can attack and withdraw without taking a free strike. Okay, that's Jackals done.
Yeah,
Threads.
it's a reach.
Yeah.
It has 10 feet reach.
Threads. You're looking very knightly there, Jackals.
Yeah, played around.
Threads, 110 foot away.
Oh, okay. So I need to move up. Am I within 90 feet?
Yep.
Yes, you are.
Yes. So I moved my bonus action hunter's mark to that guy here, and I shoot him twice with my
Okay.
creeper.
So you're switching Hunter's Mark and then 23. Nice one.
23. 13 damage plus hunter's mark. 15 damage.
Okay, and the second shot. .24 hits.
To hit. $16 damage.
Okay, there's little holes of light, beams shining off in all directions from your arrows that are piercing through it, blasting holes in its cold weather clothing. So that's your bonus to switch, and that's everything, I believe. Moltel.
So it's still standing after all those attacks.
Yes.
Right, I'm going to move up to it. So move, action dash, and then action surge so I can attack it.
Okay. It'll take you 60 to get right up to it. So that's cool. That's fine.
That's why I said I'm taking action surge.
Yes. Action surge goes. Roll to hit.
Smack it twice with two swings of my greatsword.
Greatsword. Okay.
That's a miss.
Armor class 10 misses. You're so puffed.
Oh, that one misses too. Fucking hell. Yeah.
Oh no.
But it's now the end of my turn, so it takes 3 radiant damage.
Ooh, okay. Okay, 3 radiant damage. It's not particularly vulnerable, but and you can see it seems to be pretty critically injured. You can't see any face or anything, any sort of human flesh of any form. It's just light and otherwise empty clothes. But it's emitting cold, and you are now lit up. I know you're emitting bright light yourself, but so is it. You also looks like it's just wearing regular 10-towners commoners gear. That's your 2 attacks, so we're now on to Nina.
Nina, seeing Cletus move to safety,
Yep.
she'll look at him. She'll whisper, "Don't use your magic like that." And then she's gonna keep going out
Okay.
30 feet, and okay, she'll dash another 30 feet. She'll dash this way. Okay, yep, that's her. That's her turn.
Okay. That means you're up to Sharpie.
Alright, so can you just check my dark vision? It looks like I can see beyond 60, but I certainly can't see 120. So just check that for me, that'd be great.
Sure. Is that better?
Yes, much better, thank you. And so he's going to go through there and throw a blade at Cold Light Walker. So that's a move, bonus action, dash, and then a throw at the
Okay.
injured Cold Light Walker.
Just for your information, Moltel is size large and in front of this thing, giving it some cover.
So it'll be a bit of cover.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Whew, 12 is not going to cut it, I don't think.
No, it's not. So that's Sharpie. Ash Louise. Are you there? Are you with us? Back to the spirit.
Oh, sorry, is it my go?
It is. You're back in the ethereal for a period.
Yes. Ash will move forward 30 feet.
Okay.
About there, just so that catch people in my aura. And then she will say, "Oh, this is way cooler than a sword," and then wave her hand, and the pillar of light will move over to that cold light walker.
Okay. And it
And he has to make a DC 40.
Okay. It fails.
14 radiant damage.
Oh, you kill it instantly.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right. I've got double cards now.
Okay. Anything else? That was your moonbeam, was it?
Yes, that was Moonbeam.
Okay.
I look around. Anyone injured?
I don't think so.
Is anyone like? No. Well, never mind then.
Okay. This guy over here, one of the Dragonborns, casts a spell, and this green flaming weapon appears in its hand, and it advances 30 feet towards this one, but it can't dash because it cast a spell. And the other one moves 30 feet and casts a spell, and all of these spiritual creatures appear in a ring around it, emanating out 20 foot, and start to spin around it like a little torrent.
Ah,
Spirit guardians.
It's a cleric. Oh.
And the last
Actually, Ash, can you stick an aura up for your thing as well? Because I forgot it last turn too.
beg your pardon?
Can you stick up an aura for your thing as well?
Oh, didn't I? I can see a circle on my thing.
Okay.
Nope.
Oh, okay.
Let me check. Yeah, so when you do the auras, you've got. I just changed the permissions so that everyone can see it. Okay.
Can they see my aura as well?
I don't know. I can guess.
See only my aura and then the other cleric's aura. So, and I also see light coming out of Moltel, but no aura. So I don't know if that's
Maybe-
correct.
No,
think also-
that is correct. There is just light. It's not an aura.
Could you allow them to see my aura as well? The protection aura of protection.
Andy.
I'm just deleting one of those bandits. I forgot. I left him there, but I didn't take him off when he died. Okay. So, auras. Jackus, no one can see yours? Is that the problem?
No, I can't see it.
No, they can. Okay. When you're doing auras on your character, you can go down and you can change the aura, but there's also 3 dots next to the aura one to change edit or see for what players can do. So I've just changed it to see so that everyone can see the auras when you put them up. Okay, that's the bandits.
Thank you.
Can you see my aura now,
Yep.
guys?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. All right, this guy, the one that has the green flame blade, takes 23 from a cold ray, another 19, and one of those was a critical hit. So he takes another 20. So we just took 20, 30, 40, 51 damage, and and go completely frozen stiff.
Bye.
Okay. Cletus?
Stay back, Cletus.
Where did you go? Oh, you ran 60, did you? Okay, he'll go over and hang next to Threads.
He's a frail old man.
Jackus?
Alright, so again, so Ice will do dash. So I'm gonna like a charge 45 feet.
Okay, you charge the walker. Yep.
Once I get to here, I'm gonna use my lance attack.
Okay.
That twice. 23 hits.
23 hits.
Oh, and then one
How much damage?
20.
14?
No, the first one was 26 damage plus another 8 since I used Divine Smite. So that's 30, sorry,
Got it.
33 for the first one.
Okay, big charge.
And then the second one is 12. So 45 total.
Okay, it's down to
And
about half.
And then I'm gonna go here. Take the rest of my-
Ah, okay. Chivalrous Jackus. Okay, Threads.
Is there an opportunity attack?
No. He can attack
The
you
lance.
from a long way with the reach weapon.
I put my hunter's mark over to this guy,
Okay.
and I shoot him with nat 20.
Oh, so good, Threads.
Okay. You double all those dice rolls, including the necrotic.
Wow. Total 13? It's plus 6, I think. I don't know. No.
Yeah. Okay, so it's got the total critical damage, and then you need to roll your hunter's mark twice as well.
Oh.
2 ones.
Terrible.
I'm not really seeing what this actually means. Piercing damage. Oh, are you rolling all the arrows?
No, that's just one arrow.
So total damage should be 13, plus 6 for the critical, and then plus 2 for the hunter's mark, so 21.
21.
But the math's all off there because it should be 15 for the piercing and 4 for the necrotic.
No, it's adding up the critical and the other damage separately.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, that's 19 on that. 20.
And your second arrow.
E 14 to hit
14 hits.
for 11 total damage.
You kill it. It blinks out.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Right, so with these walkers dead, this surviving white dragonborn turns to you and says, "With many thanks, that these things have been pursuing us across the ice for some time. They are implacable. They don't drink. They don't sleep. don't rest. They don't eat. It's not possible to outrun them.
Terrible.
Are there
Why
more?
were they?
What are they?
He says they are creatures consumed with the Frost Maiden.
Why was it attacking, following you? Why was it hunting you?
We just happened across them in the tundra. They don't seem to. They seem to just prowl the wasteland in search of life to snuff out. There's no rhyme or reason. And he says, but unfortunately, and he goes over to his two companions and starts to muttering a prayer, cut off both of their heads.
Did you see more of them or just the three?
We've seen more of them from a distance. If you see the beams passing backwards and forwards across the ice, it's possible to spot them from half a mile away. But these three came upon us while resting. We're on a mission to visit the Macreades the Great and seek his wisdom.
Sharpie wants to go investigate what's left of them.
Yeah, Nina wants to do the same. She's looking for anything that reminds her of Elros.
Okay. The gear doesn't remind you of... it's not Elros's gear. And they look like 10 Towns commoners.
Okay.
No other...
You're looking for Macreades, you say?
Yes.
Well, sorry to break it to you, but Macreades is passed on.
What terrible news! Of such a wasted trip and a wasted lives. But let us get out of this horrible... Oh, it's not horrible weather, is it?
It's just cool.
Ah, nice. He says, this is incredible, though. What's going on here? It's so hot.
Some of us.
It's blistering, he says.
Yes. We managed to help Macready finish his life's work and repair. A lot has happened in the past few hours. Suffice to say, I'm so sorry about your companions. Would you mind if I also prayed for them?
I would welcome.
And she'll just go off. She'll pray over the Dragonborn and let the party fill the cleric in.
Well, he says he'd like to take rest and before returning back to his people.
Why were you seeking Macready's?
Oh, we just had our own information we were looking for, but it's we'll have to find another solution there. So I'll be heading back with news of our losses.
Would I be able to kind of prod him to give me more info on what his quest is?
Yeah, you can roll a persuasion.
Yes, please.
Okay.
And 9 total.
Okay. He says they've got enemies abroad, enemies in the lands, and they were looking for information that would help them against these enemies. But you don't. It's pretty tight-lipped.
Yeah. Can I ask him which way he met the Cold Walkers? Was it more north, or was it what direction did he come from? Where he saw the?
We came from the east.
He came from the east. Okay.
From the Great Glacier.
Okay. Well, you're welcome to rest with us for the night if you want before you head off.
Okay. Well,
we have comforting, shelter.
Okay. He welcomes that and says, "I would surely in need of a long rest until the sun at least approaches the surface again, and I could do with a coffee."
Sounds good.
Well, why don't we go near Macready's home? There's a toilet there, so at least we can camp around there and use the toilet.
So
Oh my
we'll take a. You guys take a long rest, and I'll go and grab a coffee, and we're back in 5 minutes.
Do we really want to go to the house where half of us nearly died or did die?
Do you want to take? Do you want to take a dump in the cold? Would you want to do it in the outhouse?
Well, you can still control the weather, right?
Okay. I'm going to pause. Just testing this recording, making sure it's actually coming back on. Oh, it has. Good. Okay, so you have a long rest. You recover your spell slots and all of that. I presume, Ash, are you recovering? Oh, you've got your Pearl of Power, but you're no longer attuned to it. So you need to spend an hour attuning to it again.
Sure. Yep.
What else is going on? What other news is there?
Nina wants to tell. She wants to be scolding Cletus. Don't go dying on me.
Don't go breaking my heart. And
I'll protect you.
So he said, "Oh yeah, but I'm not going to just stand around while everyone gets killed. So I need to do my part. I'll do it from a distance. That's my usual thing.
Good on you, Cletus.
I know how to sling a spell or two, even if it's a matter of just dragging the wounded back. So what's the go? What's the story from here, boss? Where to? Still north? And who's taking this amulet of Lathander?
Amulet of Lathander?
Yeah, the Lathander symbol there. The two hands and the sun and all that palaver.
Wearing it. I think I attuned to it.
Say that again, Jackus.
I think I've already attuned to it.
Is that the 19 strength, 19 constitution
Yes.
amulet? Yeah. Jackus has it. He's already attuned.
Okay. All right. Where to from here?
We're going to go check out Nina's potential mother's ship, right?
Well, if everybody still wants to come along with me, then I'm happy to go on a
Well,
little journey with you.
It's here. Oh, it's close to here. It's either that or turn back.
Yep.
Look, I died yesterday and got brought back, so I'm still willing to travel with you.
It's going to be quite a journey, I think. Hope you guys enjoy it.
I think it was to be the fact that some of us died but were brought back by the intervention of the gods. It's good to know that at least some gods are on our side.
True. In fact, Ash, when you wake up with your long rest, you regain 10 temporary hit points, and so does Maltel. It seems like this is not a once-off. It happens every day at dawn.
Thank you, Lathander.
Is that what they get for
Dying? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
Don't
what
worry, you got the amulet of Lathander.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah.
You're also blessed by
Dying
Lathander.
was not enough. They had to also honour Lathander with the Summer Star, helping to whatever it is, fix it. Just on that Summer Star, I just wanted to see Summer Star. Yeah, so then you're all heading up. I've sort of moved you around while we were talking. Jackus, so you're just riding ice, I presume?
Yeah.
Okay. This bandit, Dolomite, I think his name is, the white dragonborn. So, thank you, but I will take my leave for now. If you ever find your way to the Great Glacier, and he gives you an indication of some landmarks you could use to find your way to him and his small clan. you should say, he says, beware in these parts. There is there are white dragons about. One in particular is very old. It was actually the source of the turning of what were my ancestors into half dragon. He's a white dragon. He said some of us have were effectively spurned by our sire, if that's what you could think, and you can tell by the way he says it, or she says it, that she doesn't believe that that's the case, but says that while some of my people have spurned our sire and follow our own path, there are others who are white dragonborn suprematists and feel like they should own all and have no care for any other creatures but their own race.
What's the white dragon's name?
A Beatrice.
I think you've said. Have you told us this before?
Frost giants were looking for it.
That's right.
Frost giants are hunting it.
Adventures.
It's a terrible dragon, isn't it? It's the scourge of the north, I think they said.
Yeah, centuries old.
Oh, well, safe travels, Dolomite, and you might see us visit you, maybe.
Farewell, brother.
You'll be welcome. Okay, so Dolomite goes, and you make your way further north. I'm just going to copy. Threads, can I get you to roll another survival if you're going to be continue to be the one? Okay. Now, one thing that you do notice the last day is while the aura appears overnight, there's no bright light at its leading it, as if there's nothing there that's creating it this time round. Usually you see like a shooting star sail around the horizon in a circle. Today there isn't. It's the first time that you've seen it like that.
What's the weather like today? Because is there a change in the weather because of that, or do we think it's normal?
No, it's it seems as if it's normal Rime Frost Maiden temperature.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Yeah, so you make a pretty good distance. You know, a fair trek this day. You're following the following the line of the river still. Just jumping back to the map. I'll move us all there and I'll bring us back in a sec. Oh yeah, there's Macready's. So you can see Macready's at the black cabin there. Again, another freehand. There's your long rest. And then you make a beeline for where you saw the ship, or where you heard of the ship. you continue on a little longer the following day. Don't encounter anything throughout the night. The weather has picked up, not so much in temperature. It's not dropped significantly from a normal night, but normal day. But there's much stronger winds and snow. So you've got a bit of a reduced visibility is probably the main thing for this day's travel. But Threads, you can still roll another advantage survival roll for this next day.
$18.
18, okay. All right, you see probably a few hundred feet in front of you. It's generally flat ground, but you see some small hillocks, maybe about 15 foot tall, and across one of them, covered in snow. You probably think it might be stone covered in snow because there's some dark brown at the sides. There seems to be something moving around it and on top of it. Probably pretty big from this distance, maybe the size of a horse. What do you want to do? Sorry, I missed that, Jackus.
Where do we see it?
Just about 300 feet above you or so. In front of you. The map we're on has got some pine trees, but there's no trees in this area. Just think of it as pretty much flat terrain.
And you said it was high winds at the moment too?
Yeah. So pretty low visibility. That's why it's only a couple of 100 feet rather than much longer that you can see this strange terrain. Little hillocks.
Would Nina know what this was, or is too far away?
No. It's
Would she have encountered anything like this before?
It's a fair way off. You might need to get closer, but no, you haven't seen anything like this before.
Okay.
Oh, hang on. You can roll a nature check, Nina.
Okay. A 16.
Oh, okay. You don't recognise what's going on with these hillocks, but the 16 is enough for you to tell that the creature is like a snake insect, just like a giant centipede type creature that normally lives in snowy areas, and while they are hunters, they're also scavengers.
Do I know if they hunt in groups or are they solo creatures?
Normally solitary.
She's gonna look back to the group and she'll tell them it's best to go give this guy a wide berth.
Okay.
So it might not be worth the trouble.
Yep.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay. You can see these little hillocks are dotted around the place, so maybe a couple of hundred feet apart, 200 or 300 feet apart. But you sort of divert. How far around of a berth do you want to give this snow centipede?
So at 300 feet, it hasn't noticed us. And you're saying that there's like 50... Did you say it's 100 feet between each hillock or so? Or 50 feet between each hillock?
Dotted around the place, but I was just trying to give you an idea that they're not densely packed together.
About 100 feet. Let's say 100 feet around.
Okay. So, Nina, can you roll a...
Try to be a little bit stealthy about it too.
Okay, so try and go carefully.
Yeah.
Okay. Can I get everyone to roll a perception? Okay, so we've got some highly perceptive party members here, 22, 28, 21, 19. You can see this creature. It's not size large. It's probably bigger than that when it rears up, and it seems to be rearing back and then striking like a snake or like a praying mantis down on the hillock, and diving its head into the snow, probably about 5 feet in, and then sort of ripping from side to side, and then pulling its head out.
Sharpie's going to basically psychically link with Owl, Threads, and Ash, and just say, "I'm just going to fly over and have a look.
Okay.
Something's weird here."
Okay.
And yeah, he'll
Does anyone in the party have flight?
on Giant Owl, yes.
You know what? Ash will silently pray. Are we in dim light or bright light?
You're in dim light.
Ash will pray silently, and then she will sprout wings, silver and gold light.
Wow. Okay. So she's gone through some clear epiphany and awakening as a result of her visit to the spirit realm. As she sprouts these ghostly, pale.
For a minute only, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can use it more than once.
Flying speed equal to your walking speed, so you can go 60 foot. So you got,
Yes.
500 or so feet. So you could do a flyby and go over the creature and come back to the party.
I stop Ash before she leaves, and I touch her,
Okay.
and I give her the power of invisibility.
Okay.
Oh, very nice.
All right. So as Ash flies off and Sharpie takes to the skies on... what's your owl's name? Does it have a name?
Well, I mean, it presumably has a name. I don't know what the name
Flying chook.
is.
Okay.
Unless you just want me to
No, that's fine.
Unless you want me to randomly come up with one.
We should put names on the animals, like Ice and... Only Oliver has a name so far.
Oh, Ice is the dog. And
Oh yeah, but he doesn't have a name tag.
Oh, I see. I'm not showing it. Right.
And any name tags for the animals.
Done.
Otherwise, I'll insult Prince by calling her bird, like you heard her bird.
There you go.
Oh, that's right, Dawn. That's right. Look, some of us had an ordeal. Okay.
Yes. True.
Okay.
Okay. Sharpie and Ash Louise. So you all see Ash fly off invisibly, but she is emitting light. So you see it's more like a will-o-wisp flying along. There's this sort of, because she's invisible, but if she emits light, you just see the glow moving around. The creature rears up, and I can give you a picture. Okay, so it's a giant blue-white centipede with sort of side flaps that wing out, sharp teeth. It's enormous when you think of its length because it's sort of serpentine. And as you come closer, it burrows under the snow, sort of glances back up at the glowing light and the owl coming, and just burrows under the snow. And you can see blood all over the snow, all over the place. And it's pretty clear that that this brown stone hillock is actually a mammoth. Dead. And now that you're high up, you can the hillocks are, I'm going to draw them in. Let's see. There's one sort of like this. They're not this close together. There's one like that. And so on. So some of them are oddly shaped. You can both, the flyers can do
Like say
intelligence checks.
some frost giants and a couple of mammoths.
No.
Using Arcana because that's the same role.
Okay. And Ash, do you want to have a go too?
Oh, definitely.
Oh, okay. You can't tell much, but you can tell that they're, you can tell that the big mounds are brown and shaggy. And eventually, because your flying is going to run out shortly, you fly back to the rest of the party to let them know.
Yeah, keep them updated. One of them's a dead mammoth being eaten by a rimmerhouse.
Yeah, I think the mammoths and whatever large creatures are out there, yeah, they got ambushed by these serpentine centipede things in the ice that seem to burrow around. So it could be a death trap out there.
Wonder if it was the frost giants that rode past us ages ago. Maybe they found their dragon.
Oh, I hope not. I could cast sending to that giant that spoke common and see if they're okay, but
I think that's a good idea.
I'll do that. Then I'll cast sending to Ulfgar's, I think his name is.
Yeah, Wolfgar, that's right. You cast sending, and what do you ask a question? Are you okay? Something along those lines. You don't.
Yes. Yeah, I'll mention like our current location, approximate location, and be like, yeah, we met some white dragonborn and walkers. Are you okay? Where are you?
So you send out your message, but you don't receive a response.
Oh no.
On the other hand, we can loot frost giant bodies if that's them.
But I don't. What could they wield that would be useful to us? A club, like a 6-foot high club or something.
Gold nuggets the size of my head.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we could. Yeah, I guess.
I wouldn't risk it.
Have to go through this area, or is this the shortest area to your ship?
Oh,
Well, you guys saw where the ship was. We can go around and I guess spend a few more days going around.
I'll shift us back to the map. This is some sort of. You're in this sort of area here. And it's just this sort of area where the dotted hillocks are, the corpses. You could just avoid the whole thing by sort of circling around like that. It just means it's a longer trip. You could take.
How much longer?
Oh, that's where's our thing?
An extra day, looks like.
Yeah, roughly.
You can die out here. I would really recommend we go around.
Yes, I mean, if this is what killed a party of giants, then maybe we don't want to tempt fate. But it's your call.
We're going around. Nina does not want to die here.
Okay.
In any case, keep heads on a swivel.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you go completely the other direction, away from the hillocks, or just away from that one that's got the remoras on it.
I think.
away from the helix. I feel like if there's any predators, they might smell the dead corpse and they might go there. So it's just best to just go all the way around it.
Okay. You get to about here where the stars are, going a couple more miles across through this snowstorm, and gets time to pitch camp. I presume with a Learmon's hut.
Yes. That night, Nina's actually gonna. You'll see Nina get really restless. She's not her usual self. She's gonna be close to Cletus, and she'll be talking to him. And she's gonna. You'll see her pull out a pouch of trinkets, and you're gonna hear her like maybe you might if you're close enough because we're all we're all in close proximity. She's gonna take out little trinkets like a drawstring or like maybe even like a necklace or a belt buckle. Really odd trinkets. And she's gonna you're gonna hear her if you're close enough to Cletus. She's gonna say, "This was my brother," and she'll show her a trinket associated with the brother of hers, and she's like, "This is my other brother. This is my sister. This is my uncle. This is my younger sister. This is my," and like all these trinkets she pulls out, she has names for each of them. And they seem to be all part of her family. And she seems to be just going through her family history with Cletus, and then afterwards she's gonna put them all back and keep it safely on her. It's very precious to her, all these little trinkets that she's carried on her. And then she goes to sleep for the night. A little bit still restless.
Sharpie will overhear the lot, but not comment.
Okay. That following day, you're unmolested that day, and have no other encounters. Threads, can you do a survival roll for that day of
Sure.
circuitous route across this higher area? Ooh, 24.
24.
Okay.
Just quickly, DM, how many days have passed for ration usage so far?
So last week we got to here, so which I think you were crossing those off last week as we went along. So now there's been 1, 2, 3, 4 days.
Cool.
And you have another. So that next day you make good travel circulating around, and you're now you can smell the salt air.
And yet Nina takes a big breath, inhales it, enjoys it.
Okay, Threads. Race to the shore. Can you do another survival roll? Okay.
23.
23. Now it takes you most of the twilight hours of travel before it gets pitch black, but you find yourselves on the shore of the sea of moving ice. It's sea of moving ice at this stage is not really moving. It's a flat slab of ice all interlocked, but you can see it must have been at one stage where they push up and shove up against each other as it forms a sort of mishmash of steps, sometimes 5 feet high, sometimes more, sometimes just 2 or 3, and it's many of these blocks all frozen together. This terrain out on the sea of moving ice is not going to be suitable for sleds. You'd be carrying them up steps and dropping down steps all over the place. Far out, maybe half a mile or so out to sea, in the thick haze of fog, is the eerie silhouette of the dark, a large dark shape of a ship, completely encased in the ice, slightly tilted to one side, with ragged sails still up and 3 masts. I've got you a handout here, I believe.
I think we found Mother.
Well, don't get your hopes up too much.
My hopes are very low already.
So, Nina, is this your mother is supposed to be on the ship, or is the ship called Mother, or what's the
Mother's
deal?
on the ship. Last time I saw her.
Trinket from your mother or actual mother?
I call her Mother. She's like a mum to me.
Okay.
And then you hear Cletus. He'll ask Nina, brothers and sisters, and Nina's gonna pat her pouch, and she's gonna say, "They're inside me now. I'm bringing them home."
Oh, Nina.
Nina, are you okay? That doesn't sound like normal family talk. Not that I would know, though.
Yeah, Sharpie, you guys haven't had much of a background to draw on either, so.
No, I'm good. I'm glad to see. I'm excited to see Mother again.
Are we likely to get a friendly reception from these guys? Or whoever's on that ship, if anyone's on the ship?
Are you asking Nina this?
Yeah, that's exactly what Sharpie would say.
It's her mum that's on board, or her mother, the mother that's on board. She thinks it's home.
That did not answer the question.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah,
we'll be
pretty shifty.
traversing on foot from here, so we should pack light.
We should.
Do we want to split up the diamonds just in case something happens to me again? I'm just thinking.
They're not much good for us
Although-
without you.
This
Yeah, nobody else can use
this
them.
is also true. You make a good point.
Okay, I don't know if you can see this map I'm just bringing on here. I haven't structured as a handout, but is that visible to you? It should be visible to you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you can see the shoreline, all the broken ice that you'd need to travel towards, and if I ping over here, you can see the ship off to one side there. And I think what we'll do is it's just gone 11:30, 11:24, so this is a perfect time for us to pause here as you're about to head out onto the ice, leaving, I presume, Cletus behind with the dogs. Is Cletus going to stay? Or?
No, Cletus gonna stay. Nina's gonna give Cletus a really big hug,
Okay.
and then she's gonna go.
All right. Well, in that case, thank you, everyone. It was a good recovery after losing 2 characters, an additional one from Butterfingers Motel.
Good with a smithy and a hammer.
Yeah, that's true. He did the hammering. All right, I'm going to go to closing now, and then we can we'll sign off till next week.
Evening rise, spirit comes, sun goes down when the summer's done, frozen earth awakens, her rhyme hearted